I'm from the 7th Bone Tailoring team. Today I want to show you how to make your own sunglass case out of leather. And today we're going to play with a new foot for me. It's the number 51 leather foot. Now this foot is unique because it has these rollers on the back side. So it just glides like butter over the leather. Now if you don't have this foot, you can still do this project with your regular number 1 foot. And what I recommend is you're going to take regular tissue paper. In between the leather, you'll make a sandwich. And then with the regular foot, you'll add it to your machine. Stitch over both. It glides right through. And then you'll just need to clean your tissue paper. So if you don't have this great foot, you can still do this project. This project is a great gift for friends if you want to make something custom for someone else. Steal their sunglasses or their reading glasses and make a little pattern and then create this. It's also great for any types of leather scraps that you want to use up and you don't really know what to use for. I love a leather sunglass holder because you can throw it in your purse and your keys will not scratch your sunglasses. It's really durable without that weight and bulk of a box. All right, so our first step is we're going to rough out the pattern that we need. To create our pattern that we're going to cut the leather out, we're going to use any scrap piece of woven fabric. So the first thing you want to do is take your sunglasses, place it at the very top of a right angle. Now I want you to come over and just gently fold this. We're going to be using these great jumbo clips that are perfect for leather because you can't leave holes in the leather, so let's go ahead and use them now. So go ahead, pin one side, push this guy over to where you want it and it feels snug. Mine is right about here. I'll make a little line so you can see where it is, the bottom of the sunglasses. And then go ahead and use your ruler. And from that edge, just go about a ½ inch out. And we're going to cut all the way up. Now let's use our clamps and close our case up. All right, here's the design part. Now how our case is going to work, this edge is going to fold over. We're going to have another band. It can be any size you want, and we're going to do raw edges. So go ahead and cut the estimated size that you would like. So if here's the opening of our sunglass, I want mine to come right about here, about 2/3 down. Match up one side, tuck it in, then go ahead and cut this one a little bit longer. We can always trim after. Now here's the part where you get to be a designer. This piece is going to come over, tuck into the strap, and no snaps will be needed. This is going to stay very secure. So you want to cut up at a slight angle so this will fit in. And I want mine to be a little bit asymmetrical. So let's have it come there and over. Now we're cutting this a little bit bigger than it's going to look in the final design. But ultimately, it's going to go like that. Tuck in, be secure, look beautiful, ready to go. Now all we need to do is cut it from the leather and start sewing. I've chosen some leather that was given to me a long time ago, and it is very smooth. It's actually a lambskin. This is going to last for a very long time. When you're working with leather, you really want to choose the part of the hide that is the most beautiful for your project. So I'm going to go ahead, this looks like a nice area, and I'm going to just create a line using some chalk. I like to use a dry tailor's chalk because it just wipes off anything. You can also do this on the inside of the hide as well. Now you fold it in half. And we also need one last piece. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller than I first thought. So again, if this is the opening here that our sunglasses are going to go in, you want this about 1/3 of the way down. Now use your clover clamps. Make sure to clamp our little strap. Now you want to test and make sure that your sunglasses are going to fit, because this is approximately where your stitching line is going to be. And that looks great. I could even make mine a little bit tighter. So I'm going to move this side in just a little bit, and I can trim that away as needed. All right, so now we're ready to test our machine. It's really important before you start sewing on leather that you practice with a scrap of fabric, because you don't get a second chance. The second that the needle goes through, you can never remove the needle mark. So I really recommend, we're going to do 2 widths of leather. So we'll just fold our scrap over twice. What we're going to do now, and I'm using a leather needle, is we're going to play with the stitch. Now I'm going to make it a little bit longer. So I have about a 3.5. You also can change the tension on the top, but we're going to try it first with even tension. And go ahead and stitch. I have needle down selected. The important thing is you want to see what it looks like back here. That looks really nice, so this is a good stitch. I'll show you what too big or too small would look like. This is an example of stitches that are too small. You see how the machine is having trouble even getting through? It just feels gunky. So here you go. This is too small. I'm going to choose this one. This one is okay. It does look a little loose. It will hold it, but it won't be as strong ultimately as my 3.5 stitch that I'm going to use. All right, we've got our leather needle in. We've threaded our machine like normal using our leather thread, thicker denim thread, also the same stuff you use for top stitching. Now what we're going to do, I added a seam gauge because as I come down, I'm going to need to pull out our clamps. So this will help me stay in the ballpark of where I want to do. Another very important thing, I've adjusted my stitch back to the stitch length I want, which is 3.5 for this project. I still love to hold my tails. It's a habit I'll never break. So back and forth, you want a good back stitch at the very beginning. And then the machine, you're going to let it just roll. It's just smoothly going to roll. And you do want to kind of softly hold it taut as it's going, but really just let the machine and this roller foot do the work. It's a little bit tricky if you're using the tissue paper method because you can't see what's going on underneath. Now here where I've come to my piece, I'm going to lift up so it can get under and let it roll on top. And I'm going to do a little back stitch there actually for strength and keep going. And here at the top we want another back stitch. This side we did not adjust and make and bring in order to have less room for the sunglasses to wiggle. So I want to keep my stitch right here at this placement. So I do want to stitch it with this on top. I'm actually going to switch these over so that we can stitch it from the bottom of the bag up the same way we just did the other one. These clips have a flat side and they have a curved side, and the flat side will go down on the bottom against the base of your machine. So I can bring this seam guide in a little bit more, and it is approximately 3/8 of an inch. So drop it down. forward back stitch at the very bottom. And again, you're letting the machine do the work. Here's where my tab is. So I'm just gonna take note of it, let it go over smooth, and come right on up. Now we do want to know where our end point is. It's right here. And a back stitch. Our sunglass case is stitched and ready to go. So now we're going to trim it and do the design details. I want to come, and this is your choice, how much edge you want to leave. I'm going to trim about 1/4 of an inch. And come right up over your thread. So again, you need these little angles so the leather can fold into the strap. Come down here. I'm going to shorten mine a little bit. Now you're all set. Just toss it in your purse and have a good day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks from the 7th Bone Tailoring team and Bernina's WeAlso.com.